Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this wonderful morning. I know that I am, okay? I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm, okay? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that subscription button, comment. All of that helps the video. Okay. I do appreciate you guys so much for all that you do for this channel. As I always say, my subscribers absolutely rock. Even though I am the personality, people come over a lot because of you all, my subscribers, because y'all absolutely rock. People come over to see my subscribers because y'all have me tripping out I be scared to read the chat sometimes because um it sometimes it takes me off of my topic. Y'all be tripping so hard in the chat. So I always say we real grown folks over here, all right? And if you come over here trolling, you coming at your own risk because my subscribers lights people up, okay? I always say that. But this morning I wanted to do some motivation, and I think that we all need motivation, okay? I think that we all need motivation. And I said I was gonna get in the habit, okay, of doing that. I wanted to pull something up, okay? Something that had gotten me through um when I was going through, okay? And I want to I want to read this to you all. It's a scripture. Because like I said, we all go through the same things, okay? We all go through the same things, just different people. And if I can, you know, if I can help to motivate, I also want to do that too, because we're living in a world where we cannot just afford to consistently put gossip and junk into our spirit man, right? We are we have a physical body, but we're a spirit, okay? um and our spirit man is really what controls everything, and we got to make sure that we're feeding our spirit man the right ingredients. Just like we have to feed our physical body good things, we have to feed our spirit man good things too, right? um if we don't, if we, just like with the physical body, if we eat junk and things of that nature, all kinds of junk, we intake that into our physical being, we end up with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things that could ultimately kill us, the physical body. Well, if we don't feed our spirit man the right types of things like positive affirmations and things of that nature, we're consistently taking in garbage and gossip and having low vibrational people around us, that ultimately kills us. We don't have the energy to do anything because really the spirit man controls everything. Whatever the spirit man says, the physical body follows. And if you're boggled down with, you're feeding yourself all of that junk and you got the wrong people in your life and listening to all the wrong things, you cannot command your physical body to do anything, right? Because your spirit man is so boggled down. But when I was going through some years back, and I have been doing this, I love to listen to, a lot of times when I'm cleaning up, even when I'm listening to my 80s music and my 70s music. I love the 80s music. It's something about the 80s R&B that have me want to just clean up. That's why you have to be very careful about the frequencies you listen to, okay? You remember a time, I know a lot of these young people don't know this, but I remember growing up that we didn't listen to rock because rock was always considered devilish music, with the screaming and the vibrations and the frequency and things of that nature. It had people going and doing devilish things. And a lot of people might, especially when people have an agenda, that ain't true. Keep your ass off my page, okay? Damn you, okay? Because I'm trying to inspire on over here, okay? And but it is true, okay? And if you still got milk on your breast, you on your breath, you wouldn't know anyways, okay? You come over here, you born in the early 90s, 95 or something like that, you gonna tell me, no, it ain't. You wouldn't know you still got a titty in your mouth, okay? But there was a time when, you know, we didn't listen to that stuff. But now what has happened is, if you notice, they don't make love songs like they used to because they don't want to promote love. You know, just like when you listen to the 70s music, that's why a lot of the music that was made in the 70s and the early 80s is people listen to it now when they get ready to be intimate. It's love music. It's love making music. They don't do that anymore because they want to promote hate. So that's the reason why we see a lot of what we see, like in the like this rap, the frequencies in this rap, it makes these young adults and some of these old fools, the vibration of it, music is very important in the frequencies, and they doing a job on us, I'm telling you. It makes them want to go act a fool, this drill music and things of that nature, okay? But when I was going through, okay, a few years ago, I I found this scripture right here, and I started meditating on it every single day. Okay. And I'm going to read it to you all. And a lot of you all may know it. It's Psalms 23, the Psalms of David. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though, and this right here just does something to my spirit every time I say this. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, but I love the King James Version where it says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff that comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. That's what I keep talking about with Young Dog's family. Okay. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me for all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That is one of the scriptures that is a must to my spirit man every single day. Okay. That's a must. And I don't know at this point why people always try to affiliate and associate people who have I guess I grew up in the church, and I know y'all hear me cussing a lot. I remember a time that I didn't cuss. I remember I didn't cuss one time. I didn't cuss for like 5 years, okay? And I cussed, and my daughter, who was about 7 years old at the time, was shocked. She was like, "Mama, you cussed," because, and even when I would talk to guys, they would recognize, you don't cuss, do you? And so I know sometimes, but I had made it a habit of not cussing because I did not want to cuss around my kids. And even now, I don't believe that my kids are big cussers because I cusses. Now I've heard one of my daughters when she was a teenager, she didn't hear it. She was on her phone, child. I heard her cuss. You know how teenagers are. I was like, "You cuss," and she was so ashamed that it was ridiculous, right? I've never really even heard my mom cuss growing up. I've never really heard my mother cuss, okay, at all, okay. But I wanted to talk about, but I said all that to say this, but it does, even when people cuss, it does not take away the passion they may have for God. Okay. Now, if it's one thing for a person to cuss, those are words. You know what I mean? I'm talking about if they cussing people out and being vile, that's one thing. But if a person saying damn, hell, shit, or something like that, that's another thing. Okay. And but I never understood though how people can say that they have a passion for God and they're into violating people. Now that is a direct assault against a person, okay? But I wanted to talk about keep applying pressure, okay? Don't let up. And I think I get to thinking about how talented so many people are, how everybody has their own talent. And a lot of times they feel like, well, God gave me this talent and I'm just supposed to, some people can knit. That takes patience. Everybody don't have patience. Patience is a virtue and is a gift from God. If you have the patience to sit and knit, people that can draw, that is definitely a talent. I can't draw. I've learned how to draw boxes. Okay. But that is definitely a talent, to be able to use your hand to bring things to life. Definitely a gift from God. And a lot of times people have been told that, that ain't gonna go nowhere. You need to be quiet with that. And people are so standoffish. They go, well, this is just what I do in my off time. And you know um I know it ain't gonna make me no money. And I'm like, well, how you know it ain't gonna make you no money? And oftentimes it is because somebody has told them, well, you need to keep you a job. And I ain't saying don't keep you a job, but keep you a job, and that ain't gonna go nowhere. God has given you a gift. Okay. I always tell people, if God gives you the vision, God will give you the provision. Okay. He will make people fund what you have going on. Okay. And so oftentimes people let folks put negativity in their ear and make them think that what they have is not going to go anywhere and things of that nature, or you should just do that on the side. And they work at doing it, and it's good to start out doing it on the side, but they work at doing it on the side their whole life. Well, that's $1 million idea. Why aren't you making it bigger? Well, it's just, I just make some extra money. No, God is trying to make that your main income. So what you need to do is get around some people that's going to show you how to take the steps to make the gift your passion. Because if you're doing it on the side, hell, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't have the patience to do party planning. I have a cousin who was able to quit her job, and around the Memphis area, she has bought so many locations. It's ridiculous. When she stepped out on faith. Okay. When she stepped out on faith. Okay. I think she's got about 6 locations now where she bought buildings, and then they hire her to do the decorating oftentimes, so they can do their own decorating, but she gonna get paid either way because she owns the buildings, right? But it took a faith walk. She had worked in the medical field forever. As a matter of fact, she and I both took a faith walk together, right? Because with my last job with the elected official, being human resource manager, when that person did not get reelected to their seat, as a matter of fact, they got sick, basically. The new people that came in brought their own people, and I had a choice to go back to the police department. Okay. Because when I started working with that elected officials can pay you whatever they want. She was a really good friend of my dad. She put me in a position where I was kicking and fighting because I had been told I was going to work as her assistant. But when I got there, she was like, I want to make you my human resource manager. I said, no, I've never done human resources. She said, that's okay. You're going to learn to do it. That's all. I said, but I thought you wanted me to be your assistant. She said, that is my assistant. You handling all my affairs. Okay. And so I was kicking and fighting. I've always been spoiled and crying and going on. I called my dad. He said, what you crying for? That's an opportunity. She done put you over the whole human resources for the government. And you gonna cry about it. All the money you make. Learn everything. My mind, my mentality changed. I didn't know that God was setting me up to be able to work my business full time, as far as learning about HR and all that. And I did that, and I was able to help a whole lot of people. Okay. But how many people know that even though when you're in the position to help a whole lot of people, the backstabbing comes from the people that you help. Okay. But that's a whole nother story. Right. But God put me there for those years. Okay. Because I was like, dog, I had only ever worked at the police departments. That's all I had ever worked at. And then God took me from that to from the police department, which is a government agency, to another agency. Okay. A part of the government being over the HR, right? And that was a setup for the come up. Okay. And so I thought I could have gone back to the police departments because when you leave to go work with elected officials, you could fall back when they leave. Falling back is going back to your old position. And I was like, dog, I was working for the police department all these years and almost 18 years. And now, you know, she brought me in, she was paying her sister big bucks. I was making 3 times what I was making at the police department. 3 times. Okay. And she said, so when it was time, I could have fell back, or here I am with my businesses over here. I would have had to go back to what I was making before, which was 3 times less, or I could apply pressure and step on some necks. And I ain't talking about, hurting nobody or backstabbing nobody. I'm talking about putting on my big girl panties and my stiletto heels and start stepping and letting them know the type of investigator that I really was. Okay. And that's what I did. That's what I did. And it's amazing to me when I would walk into a lot of especially some of these black lawyers, the ones that make money. Okay. Because every lawyer ain't making no money. I don't really do work for a whole lot of lawyers unless I know they making some money. Okay. And they have to pay me up front. Okay. Because lawyers can find a way to try to get out of paying you. Okay. And it was amazing to them when I would walk in and I was selling myself and they would go, oh, okay, now whose company is this? And I would say mine. And they would you mean to tell me it's a black girl, P.I. Jane, on her own shit? Oh, hell yeah. We've been working with this company, but I mean, it was just amazing to them, right? G.I. Jane, but they said P.I. Jane, right? Because it is white male dominated, and it ain't nothing wrong with that because I like working with the white guys, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you something about working with those white guys. As long as you don't bother them or try to comfort them, they ain't gonna mess with you. They're not, and I don't care what it is that I need. Okay, when working with them on something right now, okay, I had to go to them. And they said, how long this been going on? And they said, you let it go on this long? And they immediately started putting me in contact with some people. So it is always good to have resources and people that have worked in other professions that can also touch people, because there are people that I can touch that they call me and say, then you say your dad, they know this person. Yeah. Can you help me out? Yeah. And so when I need something, just like I needed something recently, I know somebody that can handle that can do that for you. It's always good to have people that you can touch that would be beneficial to your life. And the thing about it is, a lot of times people have gifts, and I'm gonna tell y'all something about the devil. And they let leechy people attach to them. And I always say this about the devil: the devil is attracted to the anointing. Some women, I don't care what they've gone through in life, and some men, they still have an anointing on them that comes from generations that before them. Okay. Their great grandmothers and grandfathers had prayed. That's the reason why, even when some people I could look at some people and tell that they're evil. It's some people, I'm talking about even on here, I can look at them and tell they evil and trouble. I go, that's a walking devil. The enemy has infiltrated and penetrated them, and they ain't got no type of good in them. Okay. And then there are some that I see, I'll go, that person might be a little thrown off, but that ain't no evil person. Okay. Yeah, what they doing is wrong, but that's not an evil person, because they ain't really into they doing some wrong stuff that they should not be doing, that's gonna get them messed over, but they ain't got no evil heart. Okay. So that's a person that don't know who they are, because oftentimes people get into stuff because they don't know who they are. And so that's why I always say when folks take um 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 they have talents to learn stuff and they start scamming and things of that nature, I go, damn, don't they know if they took whatever it is, that zeal that they have to scam and put it into doing something legal, they could be millionaires. But oftentimes people get off of track. And I was getting ready to say the devil is attracted to the anointing. People can see your gifts and stuff on your life, okay? And they come to try to see if there's a leak, okay? In that building. And that building is you, your self-esteem, because all the devil want to try to do is creep in through a crack. How can I get in to control that mind? Is she weak? That's something a lot of low down men do. They come into women's lives oftentimes and they'll say, because I've heard men say it, I'm trying to see if I can get into their mind. Is she weak? Is there a crack anywhere? Okay. That's the reason why I always tell women when they start dating folks and they want to pour out their hearts to these men about what they've gone through in the past. Now I ain't no hard person. I'm a very good hearted person. But I don't get into what I went through in other relationships, especially to men, especially when they start trying to what he do, none of your motherfucking business. He ain't did nothing. Well, why y'all ain't together? Because it wasn't meant to be. Well, why not? It wasn't meant to me. You got when he had beaten me up. He had broke the did my teeth is out. He had scratched the did my face pull all my hair out. That's all the stuff I went through with him. They be telling these men that, hoping that he'll feel bad and want to treat her better. But I'm gonna tell you something about a predator. Like I said, they always looking for cracks. He want information. He asked me about my relationship. He was interested. Now he want to see how far he can go with you, what he can do and get away with. That's the reason why it ain't even good to talk about what you have gone through. Nothing. It wasn't meant to be. Did he ever try to hit you? He better not. Then that MF gonna be dead. No, it wasn't meant to be. I don't want to talk about that. It wasn't meant to be. And that's the reason why I always say to women that, and I ain't no relationship expert because I know I have made some bad choices. Okay. But the thing about it is I know how to get up out of some mess because I'm not gonna be unhappy. Okay. And everything was not their fault. Because I'm not trusting. Okay. I'll dig and dig and dig and dig. I had a boyfriend tell me one time, he looked at me and he was just as calm. He said, one thing about it, when you dig, you sure gonna find some. You like to dig. I wish you stopped digging. And he said it just as calm. And I said to myself, oh my God, I like him. But he don't warn me. And so I'm gonna go dig some more. I'm gonna dig up every dead body I can dig up because he shouldn't have never said it. And I sure found some stuff and I was hollering and crying because I liked him. But he had asked me to stop. Okay? He had asked me to stop. But that's the reason why when you start hearing men, okay, um, talk about their baby mamas and their ex-girlfriends and things of that nature, they talking all bad about them. That's a cute. We don't, it's okay for them to say, you know what, it didn't work out. We ain't together. That's all you need to know. Are you still with her? No, okay. Well, I'll see if he's telling the truth or not. But to want to hear him dog her out is another thing. And a lot of women get validation out of that. And I'm going to tell you what my grandmother used to say. The one they talk about the worst is really the one they want to be with. That's who you need to watch. That friend, my grandma used to say, that they hate so much of yours. You better watch that because it might be something going on there. There's some type of attraction if they ain't flat out coding. You know what the old folks used to say? They coding. Okay? But you have to keep applying pressure because a lot of people get attached and caught up into things that drain them of their anointing, and you need all of your energy to put into the gifts that God has given you. And then a lot of people just give up too easy when folks tell them, you know what, no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. They want to kick all over the computer, kick holes through the wall. That's the time to keep going. Okay, well, this person didn't want to do it. If you already know that God has given you this gift and God has given you this vision, and you believe in God, knowing God is going to give you the provision, you keep going, because that person was not meant to help you at that point. And I'm gonna tell you something about people. Oftentimes, when you're starting out, they won't help you. But if you keep kicking doors in, and by showing your talent and selling yourself, and you start connecting with other people, they start seeing that they're gonna have a change of mind, and they'll start ringing your phone. Remember, you came into my office, you asked me about some advertisement. I had the opportunity to look at your TV show. I'm interested. When they start seeing other people are interested, that's the reason why you don't stop. You keep applying pressure. Just because somebody said no, that's they lost. They didn't see. I'm the bomb. God has given me a gift. And a lot of people undersell their gifts. I don't let nobody pimp my gifts. And I don't undersell myself. That's the reason why when certain people call me, and when I'm listening to their voice on the end of the phone, and I tell them what my fees are, okay, and they get to, ooh, that's too expensive. You the owner? Well, y'all got anything cheaper? I tell them, wait a minute. I tell you what, we book. I'm gonna send you over to another agency, and they'll call me and say, why not help you send them over? You already know how we get down, but another black agency, but they don't do that with the white people. If I've done it purposely, so we overbook. Send them to one of them white agencies. Tell them I said, tell them that I sent you, and they'll call me, or I'll call them and say, did such and such? Oh yeah. Did you have any issues with them? Did they try to get you to come down? Oh no, they came right over and paid their money. So don't undersell yourself. And they was charging more than me. Okay? Because all people want to be able to do is pimp your anointing. Folks know how gifted you are. That's the reason why they're up in your face. But you have to keep applying pressure and put yourself, okay, in the right circles. I was looking at I just happened to scroll over a little clip that Young Dog was talking about. He was like, stack your bag up. Money, you have to have money to make money. It's so many people that go and waste money on men, and I can't understand that myself. And they go and spend all of their money on so-called name brand stuff, because they want to impress people that don't even like them. I got me's a Gucci purse. Okay. I got me's a Gucci purse. You ain't, whatever that Gucci purse costs, you ain't even got the money to put in it. You couldn't afford it. But people spending their money on things that don't even make no sense, but when they could be applying pressure and stacking up their money so that they can invest in the gifts that God has given them, so they can come up off of that job that they hate so much. You got this gift that can make you millions of dollars. Okay. And then you go into a job every day that's taking all of your time and energy that you hate, but you're taking the money and spending it on asinine things, y'all. That's the reason why I say you have to believe in yourself. Get people around you that is going to impart positivity in you, not stroke your ego. Because see, some people want the ego stroke. But I'm talking about, and they know damn well what they doing don't make sense. Okay. So that's why you have to have people around you that is going to impart positive things in you. Even when you think what you have going on is right, they can look at it and say, I don't know, what you got is a good idea, but you need to tweak it. Make it better like this. You get people that know how to make it better around you. And that's going to tell you, right? And not want to see you walk off of that ledger. Okay, but the problem is people impart all of their positive energy into dead relationships of any kind. That's the reason why I've always told my girls, do not keep trying to resuscitate dead relationships. If anything is dead, stop trying to breathe life into it. We can't go to a funeral and breathe life into the body that's in the casket. We can't do that. It ain't coming back. We will be wasting our time and energy trying to do something like that. Whereas we can put life into something that has potential and gifts that God has given us and see how it flourishes. Okay. And see how it flourishes. And that's why I say you have to keep applying pressure. I know people want to mess with you. When people see, I'm going to tell y'all something. When people see that you have a lot of possibilities and a lot of gifts, okay, jealous hearted people will continuously mess with you. And when they crazy, they won't stop until you have them locked up. Okay, because it's a lot of people that's really mentally sick. Okay. But it's something about that jealousy now. And I think it's got a lot to do with drugs that people just won't stop. Okay. And I think it has a lot to do with that obsessive demon that comes by way of drugs. Okay. It comes by way of drugs. Okay. But when people see that you are talented, and now people say, dog, folks just keep messing with me. They won't let up. Why they always messing with me? Because they jealous of you. They see the gifts that's on you and they want to keep you distracted. That's the reason why I say don't let up, keep going. That's when you know you're on the right track. Robbers don't come and try to burglarize, or burglars don't come and try to burglarize empty houses. That means you're full of gifts. A lot of times people can see on you what you can't see on yourself. We get so caught up in being in the struggle and trying to win, and we think we losing, but some devil sitting back looking, saying, dog, that person's strong, dog, that person talented. They watching you and paying more attention to you than you pay to yourself. So they can see what's on you. That's the reason why you have folks always trying to steal your ideas and stuff. Okay. That's the reason why I say when people start messing with you, that's when you know you're on the right track. Folks don't come and deal and mess with nobody that ain't doing nothing. You don't see folks out there messing with crackheads standing on the corner. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. But when you see folks consistently messing with you, it is because you got something on you. Oftentimes, and they want it and don't have it. And so they mad that God has given it to you, and they want to try to distract you and drain you of it. Okay. That's why I said keep applying pressure, y'all. Keep believing in yourself, and after a while, and get the right people around you, because that's more important than anything. Start inserting yourself in circles with great people, rich people, people with money, people that's got stuff going on, don't have time to be jealous. They want folks around them that's got just as much going on as they do, because they ain't got to try to worry about them jacking them. Start putting yourself in those circles and eliminate anything. Because see, a lot of people will work hard to put themselves in them circles and start trying to bring them hood rats in those circles. Ain't nobody gonna accept you like that. If they ain't on the same thing you on, you need to detach them from you, because they're gonna get jealous of you and try to set you up after a while anyways, if they already ain't. But start detaching things that are not that, because a lot of times when you have dead weight, negative people all around you, it's weighing you down anyways. Detach that stuff from you. Start applying pressure, and don't let up, and watch and see where you be at in a year. Okay. It's been a many a times, and then you have to keep God in your life, that I started thinking about, I'm tired. I don't want to work no business no more. And then there have been times, y'all, where it's been real slow. That's the reason why anything I do has to make some money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Okay. It's been real slow. I'm like, dog, it's been real slow. You know, Maybe I need to go get a job. Okay. And then I have somebody like my mother or people that impart positivity into me and say, but you just had every month, you had triple numbers. What just because you a few months are slow, you talking about going to get a job to take yourself. A job can't pay you what you making. Okay. Ain't gonna pay you what you making. Why you gonna do that to put all your time into making somebody else rich just because you have a few bad months? Start applying pressure. And my mama will say, and it's time to go back down on your knees and go to church. After that happens, I promise you, I start stepping my game up. I go back to how hungry I was before. Start making phone calls. Oh yeah, you know what? I was gonna call you 2 weeks ago. But I got distracted. I'm glad you called me. I got some cases for you. Oh, okay. Start applying pressure and don't let up. Okay. And then a lot of times, even when you start feeling bad, you have to remember how hungry you was in the very beginning. And then you have positive people around you to remind you of what you did and to impart positivity in you to make you remember some things. That's the reason why I say you have to drop dead weight. If it ain't some relationships has its season. That's it. I was the same way. I'm a very loyal person. I am. And so there have been relationships that I had carried on too long because of my how loyal I am. They had a sad story. I'm talking about even with some guys, they had a sad story. We're supposed to be together. I promise to God, I'm gonna get it together, and we'll fall for it. Especially when you go, it ain't nothing out here. I don't know what nobody else on. At least I do know this person. Maybe they're gonna get it right, y'all. They ain't gonna get it right. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't gonna happen. Detach all of that dead weight from you. Apply pressure and don't let up and move on. A lot of times you'll start going to the top because that very person is the person that was keeping you in stagnant. God ain't gonna let nobody go to another level with you that ain't supposed to be there so that they can drain the gifts that's on your life. They can benefit and they ain't worthy. It ain't gonna happen. So anything that start falling off, don't question it. Just say, God, I trust you. Even now, a lot of when things happen, I go, God, I don't know why they happened, but I sure trust you. I sure trust you. I don't look back. I don't take time to just think about stuff no more. When it starts falling by the wayside, I go, God, I know I've been praying for some stuff. It sure hurt, but I trust you. I trust you, God. I've been on my knees praying. My mama been going into the spiritual. Some things are falling off. It's hurting me, God, but I sure trust you. And after a while, I start feeling light. And then that phone start calling. Girl, we got some cases for you. Y'all, I done had some folks to call me for some cases y'all would never even believe. Okay, I will talk about that another time, though. Can't talk about it now. All right. But that's what happens when you have favor on your life. When you release anything that is not supposed to be attached to you, keep applying pressure and don't let up. I didn't intend to make this video this long, but I wanted to impart some positivity into some people. That's what we have to do. We have to start imparting positivity into each other. People get tired of junk. I don't want you. I ain't no garbage can. I have friends, when I'm going through, it's good to have people that you can call and talk to when you're going through, if you trust them. Okay. Because everybody ain't trustworthy. Okay. All right. And then you talk about it, they impart positivity into you, and then you move on. Okay. And vice versa. Because see, a lot of people want to call and dump all of their garbage on you. You get people like that out of your life. Okay. They'll dump all of their garbage and their problems on you. But when you call with your problems and you going through something, they'll say, I'll call you back. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say. But they treat you like the garbage can, but don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Get folks like that away from around you. Those are takers. Okay, everything is about them. I don't have people like that. I listen to what anybody when they going through have to say, and they ain't gonna say a damn word. But if I've ever called them and too many times, and especially if I think enough of them to tell them my business, because I'm very, very secretive, okay, and private, and I'm call you back. Oh, okay, and it happened to me. Oh, okay, but when they call me back, it's with their problems. I'm the dumpster. But you don't want, I ain't important enough to hear what I got to talk about. No, get people like that out of your life. They treating you like the garbage can. Okay. They dumping all that heaviness and shit that they got going on in their life on you. Get them up out your life. Okay. Get them up out your life. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. But I mean that keep applying pressure. God has given you a gift. And don't let up. Let that dead weight stuff, whether it's a relationship, I don't care what kind of relationship it is in your life or how close they are to you. If it's dead weight, detach it from you. Okay? Detach it from you. Okay? And watch and see don't your life change in a year. All right? All right, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App or Super Thanks. I want you guys to know that I love you so much. Have a good day. Speak affirmations. Ask God to go before you. Okay, ask, believe, and receive. Ask God to go before you. Those of you all that are working on jobs with people, with supervisors, that don't mean, that are ignorant. Okay, ask God to go before you. And before you know it, that supervisor ain't gonna even be there no more. As a matter of fact, God is so awesome. He'll make a position become open and and you will get it if you got your mind right, if you prepare and do what is necessary, and you'll be over the darn supervisor. Don't tell me it can't happen, because it did happen. I'm telling you, it happened when I was made to be over the whole HR. Okay. All right. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.